the press is completely untrustworthy. And you know, I don't enjoy being the guy who sounds like a conspiracy theorist. You know what looks like a conspiracy? Groupthink. Groupthink looks like conspiracy because everyone's doing the same thing and moving in the same direction. But, you know, what makes groupthink different from purposeful movements, movements that give people meaning and drive. Groupthink is thoughtless. It's automatic. It's uncritical. And that's what the American press and the Western press is subject to right now, to my endless frustration. I saw something today that kind of sent me over the edge in regard to this whole press groupthink thing. And it sent me over the edge precisely because it was such a small thing. Precisely because it was kind of not a big deal. It illustrated how people see what they want to see. That's just human nature. But journalists are among the folks whose job it is to try to examine things with some objectivity. And our journalism has become so ideologically motivated, with the pretense, the veneer of objectivity still lightly glazed over it. You guys know that I think, the pretense to objectivity should be just thrown out the window. Let's have yellow journalism. Let's just do it. Let's go whole hog. But regardless, these guys pretend to have some objectivity, but they don't. And they are so incapable of stepping outside of their modes of thinking, of their worldviews, of their ontologies and anthropologies, that they don't even see it. Now here's what I'm talking about. Well, actually, I'm going to stop filming and start recording once I park. So you guys recall what a zoo the press's coverage of the Trump election was. And once again, those of you who watch my video know where I stand. I'm not a fan of Trump, but I can't help but acknowledge that he's done some really solid things as president. And so here's how much I think Donald Trump is not a good human. I always vote against the Democrats because they're the party of death. Always. And I actually didn't vote for Trump. I just didn't vote for president. I decided, not to vote for the lesser of two evils. Now, I don't normally consider myself as voting for the lesser of two evils. I think of myself as voting against the Democrats. I always do that. I vote against murder. But I mean, that's just show you how much I think he's a bad dude. But certainly, all that Hitler rhetoric, are you kidding? All the literally Hitler stuff, just absolutely insane. And all the World War III stuff, right? Trump was supposed to kick off World War III. And there's the talks with North Korea, him pulling out of Syria. World War III, my ass, right? All right, I'm Brazilian. Bolsonaro has just been elected. I'm trying to say that real American for you guys. Jair Bolsonaro has been elected president. And he was installed on the 1st of January. Okay? So he assumed the presidency on the 1st of January. And the European and Brazilian press, the American press have been relatively silent on it, but they're taking the line that the European press is taking, and that the vast majority of the leftist Brazilian press is taking. All that literally Hitler stuff emerged as well. You know, all this just crazy extreme left rhetoric, but people are sick of it. Okay? So he's very much a traditionalist, family, patriotism, all that stuff. And being Latin American, of course, he's a statist by American standards. I have, I mean, I don't want to get into my personal politics a whole lot because that'll take a lot of unpacking, but I think a weak, decentralized state is ideal, okay? That's just not a Latin American thing. It ought to be, but it's not, okay? So yeah, he is on the right wing. He's a statist, but so is everyone in Brazil. And he's actually, like, one of his big things is to abolish disarmament. Brazil has one of the highest murder rates in the world. People are afraid to leave their homes. And so this is a big deal. He wants to be tougher on crime, which is a serious problem in Brazil, and he wants the populace to be able to arm itself if they choose to. Okay? All right. Literally Hitler, apparently. Okay? This makes you literally Hitler. So here's the tiny little thing that happened with the Washington Post. Truth dies in darkness, right? What a bombastic, explosive, self-aggrandizing motto. Truth dies in darkness. There's a picture from the inauguration in Brazil where the First Lady, Michele Bolsonaro, she got up before he did to make a speech. And she gave her speech in sign language. So Bolsonaro is a Catholic, and a staunch Catholic, but not staunch enough not to get divorced, and he married a Protestant. This woman is at this big Baptist church, and she works in the ministry for deaf people at this big Baptist church. Okay? And she's devout enough, actually, that rumor has it that Bolsonaro took out the images of saints from the presidential residence. Okay? That's the rumor. Anyway, so she gives this speech in sign language, which, of course, threw all the, anti-diversity, like all the diversity nuts for a loop. Right? Because here's this woman getting up, talking before her husband, and making a speech in sign language. The article that the Washington Post wrote about Bolsonaro assuming the presidency was full of all this right-wing terror language, and there was a picture of Michele Bolsonaro giving this speech in sign language. And she's like this. She's got this little hand gesture like this, and she's in the middle of making a sign. And the caption said that she was giving a military greeting or a military salute. Absolute insanity. I mean, that's what they want to see. They want to see militant, right-wing fascism. And so they saw this picture of her, and this is a natural assumption of these reporters is she's saluting the crowd. But, I mean, they're just looking through AP photos. They don't know. They didn't even, I mean, did you not watch the inauguration? I watched the inauguration. These guys apparently didn't watch the inauguration, but they feel like they know what this other side is doing so well that they can look at this picture and they just know what she's doing. She's giving a military salute. She's being all militant and soldierly and Brazil first and all this stuff, when in fact, it was just sign language. Man. Just these little assumptions. And that's what people are tired of. People are tired of being told I'm running out of space on my phone, so I'm finishing up. People are tired of being told what they think by other people. The press is telling people where they belong and in what corner they are, and so they're not trusted. All right, I'm out.